I want you to pay attention to this. Please pay attention.
Just imagining it. And then came the ultimate UFO experience. And I have the proof. It was during the solar eclipse in 2012. My wife, she wanted to take pictures of the solar eclipse. And I said, well, you can do that, but don't look, whatever it is. And then she went, choo, 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 6 times. She took 6 shots. And I was going, what are you doing?
I looked into the eclipse in elementary school, and all of my teachers saw me.
Because she was looking for it. I was afraid for her eyes. And oh my gosh, when we developed these pictures, you could see Draco. It's a horror. And believe me, you cannot duplicate this, regardless how good you are with Photoshop. You could see that horror coming to me.
Look at that.
Getting closer and closer and closer, entering my third eye and coming out of my heart. And since that day,
entered his heart and went to his third eye. So he said it backwards. You seen the colors.
And closer.
You seen the colors. It looks like a earth. You see the pyramid? That's what it, you see the pyramid? You see the illusion? That's life. You see the green I was just talking about? See it? When I looked into the eclipse and the teachers caught me because they tried to, teach us we could see something through a paper, well, using papers. I forgot the technique. I just had the confidence, even though they said if you look at it, we guaranteed you turn blind. I just had the confidence. I just knew that I wasn't going to get blind because I knew my eyes were black. So when they said a solar eclipse and I looked at what it was when I was a little kid, I was like, I could look at that. And he's like, it's impossible they said, you better not look. You better not look. Please don't look. Right? So we outside in recess. It's supposed to happen at high noon at 12. So everybody's outside. So I'm acting good or whatever. I'm about to, use the papers to see, the quick little darkness and stuff like that. And then everybody, you got to turn your back to the sun. You got to turn your back to the sun. And I kind of act like I was going to do it and I never turned around. And then I looked up and I seen that shit. And my teachers looked at me, all the female teachers, they started screaming. The guy teachers ran to me. They started screaming. And the kids was like, I seen it too. I looked dead at that. It was bright. I'm not going front. That shit was bright as hell. But it went so fast. And then it was more or less, it wasn't the brightness. It was the darkness that blinded me really fast. And then I caught my shit. It was like, I can only tell you like what I seen. It was too bright to depict. It was like platinum and diamonds times 1 million. This shit was crazy. And then and what else was crazy about it? The reason why I think I didn't go blind is because as I seen, like, I guess the moon or the sun going over which one it was, I seen the light on the side. You know how they show it, and you see, when you look at the light, that is sharp as shit. You literally, you don't feel it in your eyes. You feel it like in your face and in your head. You feel it like like I promise. When you look at it in eclipse, and if you don't believe me, if you think you're strong enough, then go do it. When I seen the light, it was like this. It felt like sand, like a long streak of sand. Only this is why my teachers loved me in school 16. This is in elementary. It felt like streaks of sand in my face, but it felt like that shit was crazy. And then it just got bright. And then you know what I'm saying? Like, it got dark and then normal. That shit fucked me up. And then I wasn't able physically to stare at it. And I want to tell you this. This is some real shit. I'm about to tell you some real shit. My eyes automatically dropped and looked at everybody that was looking at me, and it was a blackout for a quick second. And everybody seen me look at it, right? And then I looked at everybody, and nobody's paying attention. We all see it's dark. But then I'm looking around quicker than everybody. Like, I'm looking from side to side, and I'm not blinking, and it's just dark. It's dark outside, but I still see everybody. And guess what? It was like blue, like this. But let me tell you something that's way worse. Before the light came in, and then when the light came in, because it just goes from dark to light. So it's just like a quick sunrise. That's why I was able to catch it. You see what I'm saying? It didn't bother me at all. But I want to tell you something that's real crazy about the color Maltese. Right? So during my accident with the 10 stitches for the laceration from the glass, right? From the square light cover. When Paris's ball hit my ball and it hit the light cover, as the two balls was going up, we were in front of a mirror. More or less, I was staring at the accident, not looking up. I was looking at this shit in the mirror. So when the balls connected, you see that green right there? That green came out of nowhere, and it looked like that it was a magnet on the light and a magnet on the balls. So if you don't believe me, if that's not possible, it's something called static electricity. Now, it wasn't a regular basketball either. It was those little softballs, like not an actual baseball, but like a kickball softball. I was still a kid. You see what I'm saying? I was still a kid, so I had the kickballs or whatever. And then they had the other softballs that was like marble balls, but they had that static feeling. I know, and they stopped making them shits. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is a part of electricity, is a green effect. Maltese is gray, blue, and green. That's Maltese. Those are all the colors that make Maltese. The standout of it is black. Black doesn't really shine in Maltese, and neither does brown. Brown becomes orange and gold. The black is the shades of blue in Maltese. So Maltese is kind of like a chemical liquid cloud also. So listen to what I seen. That's why I was so fucking shocked. Because I seen the static electricity in the mirror. And it hits the light. So it wasn't like it hit the light and the light went out. Like, the balls went up and you hear static electricity because the balls is up by the light. You hear the static electricity. And now the static electricity, or whatever it was, it magnetized the balls. And it made the collision way worse. Because nobody expected that shit. And if it was malicious from my cousin, you know what I'm saying? Then that's too much perfect timing. Like, that was too perfect. Like, then you must know something I don't know. But take a look at what you're looking at. That shit is amazing. And if I didn't have this color effect, it looks way different. Whatever's in the middle, it has an extra like shape in it. It looks like It honestly, it looks like a pill, like an opioid. I promise you on everything. It looks like an opioid and it even has a brain in the middle of it. And as you can see, he has a wraith shadow that looks like the Grim Reaper. He has a green wraith shadow around him. That's to his left. Vishnu was blue and then turned green. Okay? And now you see the pyramid effect. Do you see what I mean? There's effects and effects of the earth that we don't see because they happen so seldomly. And the special effect is light. For the last time, the special effect is light. Look at that shit. His wife took 6 pictures of a solar eclipse with a camera. And you see this orb that's aligned in green. It's blue. I'm looking at it. It's bluish purplish, right? And now the rays of the sun is shining out of him. Look, as a pyramid. It's perfect. So if you look at what I'm calling the Grim Reaper Wraith, it looks like a pyramid also. It looks like a disfigured pyramid. Because if you look at the base structure of it, you can line it up as a pyramid. If you see it from a downward angle, if you see it from the side. Now look at the pyramid from a different angle. That's called degree. So she took 6 pictures, and you see this orb right here enters his heart and goes up to his conscious eye.
And oh my gosh, when we develop these pictures, you can see Draco. It's a whole. And believe me, you cannot duplicate this, regardless how good you are with Photoshop. You can see that hole coming to me, getting closer and closer and closer.
Spawn.
Entering my third eye.
Look at that.
And coming out of my heart. And since that day, I have been making predictions that are well documented, dated, and unarguable about earthquakes above 6.0. I was on George Nori, 40 million people listening to me. I said, be ready for fire, and we're going to lose a hell of a lot of wildlife. A week and a half later, Australian fire killed millions of.
So now he said ever since he has this phenomenon from the solar eclipse, and this is proof because honestly, I looked at a solar eclipse. Every time them shits come, I look at them. I'm not gonna lie. You know, and the reason why I started doing that is because when I see people in the streets, they stare at me. You see what I'm saying? So it must be something. I don't know what it is, but I know I can look at it, and I've seen different effects. If you look at chemicals and you play with chemicals and you see the reaction to chemicals, then you understand lighting is chemicals without the hurt effect, without the physical body. That's the creation. What the hell is dry ice, black ice, and white ice? What type of shit is that? Then you got rain, acidic rain, and then if a comet breaks, it could rain fire. What type of shit is that? So now after he caught this effect, he can now prophesize omens. And the omen is, people think an omen means something bad. The definition of the word omen is seeing the future. Whether it's good or bad, that's the definition of omen. Yes, omen is just seeing the future. That's it. So if you have an omen, a recollection, a premonition, or you're psychic, it's because your subconscious is stronger than other people's subconscious. And there's a way to tap in to your subconscious. Now, certain people don't do it. And certain people do. In other countries, it is illegal. There's other games. There's a way to tap into your heart. There's a way to tap into your body. These are different type of consciousness. This is what the Sumatran Indians used to teach. It's called right brain activity. All in one. You channel focusness into the right brain and you fall in the schedule with it. So it's different type of magics in the world. Some people use the back of their brain. You see what I'm saying? The point is that it's hidden from the United States of America. And it's not fair. That's the point. It's hidden. We could be having fun. We don't have to be hating people. We could be honestly, truthfully doing fucking magic. Whether it's, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's coincidence, whether it's just a nice day, or you see a whole bunch of birds, rare birds in one day. Because we're using our brain. Just tell us something else. Stop teaching us to shoot each other and all that other bullshit. Because if you don't teach us, that's what the fuck we gonna do. You teach us blood sacrifice. You teach us two wrongs don't make a right. Then you teach us it's God. Then you teach us it's not God. So everybody's just gonna react to the way they want to react. You heard?
And I said, be careful, there is a new disease coming for the lungs, and next thing you know, a virus.
How's Sanchez looking?
With your QB's increased spin rate, and
I gave the exact date for 9/11 with all the details. I gave exact date for terrorist.
Now the reason why this could be true is because the opposing team, the terroristic team, they will attack on the same day to keep the memory up and alive. So if somebody gets a panic or a feeling and one of these symbolic dates is around the corner, you can kind of hit the lottery, if you know what I mean.
Attack which brought the FBI twice my house. Believe me, extraterrestrials are master of matter.
The FBI broke in his house. Not the regular police, but the FBI. Really think if you got to go to the FBI, what you really in for? If you are wanted by the FBI, because the FBI could get you out of jail, and the FBI could put you in millions, the FBI could make you rich and famous and wealthy right now. The FBI could overpass the state and city police, and the state and the judges and all of that could get overpassed right now, thanks to the FBI. So the FBI ran into this man's house after he got 6 films of a solar eclipse and a blue orb surrounded with green entering his heart, going to his third eye. And it looks like an opioid pill. And the FBI kicked in his door. Where we really at? Why is it punishment then? Because you were a slave to the city and state. So they can sit up here and keep subconscious you put in panic and all that type of you know, paranoia on you just because they stronger than you, just because you live in their community. Is ways and levels to this. Is schools to this. You have to get. They don't care. What do you think they? What do you look at this shit? What do you think they're doing? What do you think they're doing when they give your kid a college degree and then they lock his ass up? They preserving him. You mean to tell me your kid got a college degree and he's still in the slums? So it's not just you, the parent. It's the whole city. It's the whole state. If the FBI comes for you, you can ask for the FBI and they can take you to another state. They can take you to another fucking country. If you ask for the proper help, they diagnose the situation and see, oh shit, yeah, this is legitimate. They take you somewhere else. Change your social security number. If you have a scar, they give you plastic surgery. You went bald, they give you fucking hair from your nuts and your underarms, and you can fucking grow dreadlocks with the plasma again. It's lit for you. This is what happens. This the FBI came for him because he had a fucking solar eclipse on film, and you got the right to press. Come on, dogs.
As the engineer from the extreme.
Come on.
They don't care who you are. If you're the president, they don't care of your education.
They don't care if you're the president. They don't care about your education. They don't care about your position. Listen to how heavy his accent is. And he's in America. Listen to how heavy his accent is. He can't leave America. What he found and what he did, he has to stay here. You want to know why he has to stay here? Because other countries, they pay millions and billions of dollars for something called propaganda that's spewed. It's like gossip. And it's made for America. That's how they get rich off of us. So while they eating and getting their bread, right? They also get pleasure of using their whole humanly function. Their human intellect. They're taught everything. Only America isn't. They're taught everything. How to manipulate, how to use the brain. But when you're trapped in America and you start talking about the magics of the world that they don't want you to know, you're here for propaganda. You're here for the amusement park. You're an inmate and a worker now. You're Job or Job. Pictures. He came out here with a solar eclipse. She snapped 6 pictures, found some extraterrestrial shit that I've been talking about. I only have a bachelor's. And now this motherfucker cannot leave the United States of America. His own people don't even want his ass. He's stuck with us in America as if we need him over here. They just letting everybody over here that they want to kill just come. Yep, keep talking. You see an alien? That shit look like what? Come to America and talk about it. What else did you see? A mermaid? You seen that bitch too? All right, come to America and talk about it. Or you can rap and act and shit. All right, come to America and talk about it. You lost your hair from COVID, a steroid. You want your shit back? Come to Hollywood. Come to America, we can talk about it. This nigga is mad. Look at his face. He's here hostage. He can't even fuck his wife when he want to. They on smash. He hears the white man's voice every day of his life when he wakes up. It's just there. That nigga, welcome to America. He can't believe it. Now he understands America has been hijacked by the white aliens, the tall white paladin aliens. That's what they are. That's what they call the paladins, like pal police. You see how they function? That's how they used to function on a world of Mars. That's how they used to be on Mars. They used to be police officers. You see how powerful and magical that shit is? How that police shit is? That's how they was before they came over here. The paladin aliens, the tall whites, they have America and America only. And everybody that looks like them is free to come to America. The Native American, Alberanian, Aboriginal is the descendant of the Asian. That is the same bloodline with different color. Yes, it is with different color. They have fur hair. They have fur as hair, and we have hair, and they call our shit Negro. So they have fur and we have hair. They have the yellow that turns sun-kissed. We have the red, yeah, that turns dark, and it can turn light like them. Negro. Whatever you can take from me, I grow back. You're made from clay, red fire, white sperm, or brown dirt. When you carve clay, it's a wrap. When you carve fire, you make the knife hotter, right? Okay. So if you made from brown dirt and she was made from a rib, which is bones, and that's white, we have America. Yep, the government. There you go. Black man, white woman. And everything in the middle, they don't care nothing about. You can't keep shaming a black man because the white man is in charge. However, it's a white woman's world. The bitches all listen to the bitch. Who comes down on a black kid harder than his own fucking mother? A white woman with blue eyes. The witch bitch is in the mirror playing fucking mirror, mirror on the wall with a crystal ball. It was in the cartoons. Trump said it a long time ago. He said, why are kids watching cartoons? They should be out here selling houses and learning about real estate and properties. Why are they watching these god-awful cartoons? We didn't create cartoons, America. That's what Trump said. We didn't create cartoons, America. Learn how to grow your own crops. Buy a hotel, a movie theater. That's what Trump said. These motherfuckers taught us cartoons. You see the opposite effect of the brain? The alien effect of a brain? An alien could look smart, and he is smart, and he is better. That's why when he downgrades and degree himself, and he starts to become silly like Paul the alien, he's still better than us, silly. All right, so take a prize fighter. Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Robinson, right? He killed Jimmy Doyle in the ring. Everybody's seen it. He had a dream before the weigh-in and said he killed them. And then when they fought, he killed Jimmy Doyle in the ring. Let's talk about it. Where we really at? The premonition, right? One of the worst days of his life, he takes somebody's life in the ring. The irony of it is called boxing. Excelsior means box. Sing. Putting something in a box. Storage. USPS and all that other shit. That's Excelsior work. That's what New York is about. The rap, the metaphor of that shit, the punchline is boxing. Another punchline of that is putting your ass in a casket. A Jananza funeral home. Some people spitting up green. Some people spitting up clear. Some people spitting up white. And some people don't spit. Aliens is gas. No matter how that shit come to you. If you feel the wind and you don't see it. If you feeling gas and that shit is possessing you, then you're on to something. Come on, America. It's over. What's going to happen next? It's over. Let's just say I'm one of the last of the original, you know, Aberranians, and I know I'm Southern Asian, or whether Asia South, that's what they call it. And I know I'm Middle Eastern. I knew it my whole life, but being picked on white people, and then having the shahada as a kid, and then the other Muslims don't accept you, they kind of turn Christian on you. It's a little hard. So if I resemble an Asian person and Asia's mad, and I just so happen to be South Asian also, as well as being Aberranian, and I'm Iranian also, being forced to be saying I was called African to work, if my community and everybody alive in the world, if you don't want to pick up on that and correct it the right way, and you just want something bad to happen to me to keep bad, and something bad to keep happening to learn my lesson, then you deserve the death penalty just like I do. Since I'm not black enough to be African, and now this 100 years, it's the Asian flu. You see, aliens is gas.